Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Stella Balia Putra, and I want to present my project. So the topic one is the title is Diclosia. Uh, First, in this case, a university student present using formal Indonesian during a seminar. However, during the discussion session, the student changed into informal Indonesian when speaking with classmates. Meanwhile, the lecturer consistently used formal Indonesian throughout the session. Next, linguistic phenomenon explanation. Uh, Diglossia refers to the use of two varieties of the same language under different conditions. In this case, there are two varieties. First, the high variety or H variety is formal Indonesian. It is used in academic presentation and by the lecture. And the second is the low variety or L variety. It is informal Indonesian. It is used in casual conversation between students. So the speakers choose different language styles based on situation. Next, analysis of why the phenomenon occurs. There are several reasons why this phenomenon happens. First is contextual appropriates. Formal language is considered more suitable for official academic situation. Second is social distance and hierarchy. The lecturer maintains formal language to show professionalism and authority. Third is relatability. Students switch to informal language with peers to create more relaxed and comfortable atmosphere. Next, meaning and sociolinguistic function. This language shift also has sociolinguistic meanings and function. Communicatively, change from formal to informal language signal a transition from a serious presentation into a more collaborative discussion. The sociolinguistic function include first preserving status and academic structure, and then building solidarity among classmates through informal interaction. And then theoretical framework and reference. This topic is supported by Charles Ferguson's theory of diglossa from 1959. The theory was later expanded by Joshua Fishman in 1967. These theories explain how different language varieties are used in society based on context and social function. And topic two is code mixing. Case overview. In this example, the student says, aku lagi ngerjain assignment yang deadline-nya besok, jadi harus cepat selesai. The sentence combines Indonesian with English words such as assignment and deadline. The structure is mainly Indonesian, but some English vocabulary is inserted naturally. Next, linguistic phenomenon explanation. Where mixing is the insertion of word or phrase from one language into another language within the same sentence. In this example, the type is called intransential code mixing because it happens inside a single sentence. It also includes lexical insertion because English vocabulary is inserted to Indonesian grammar. And analysis of why the phenomenon occurs. There are two main reasons why code mixing occurs. First is lexical need and efficiency. Words like assignment and deadline are commonly used by students and feel more practical than the Indonesian equivalents. Second is bilingual competence. The speaker is familiar with both Indonesian and English, so both languages are used naturally together. Next, meaning and sociolinguistic function. The mixing also has social meanings and function. It reflects a modern and educated bilingual identity. It also shows membership in a certain social group, such as university students. Its function include making communication faster and more efficient, and then creating closeness between speakers who share the same bilingual background. And then theoretical framework and reference. This topic is supported by Peter Muskin's theory of code mixing from 2000, which explains different types of code mixing. The presentation also refers to Sana Poplex's theory about synthetic constraints in bilingual speech. So the conclusion is sociolinguistic phenomena such as diglossa and code mixing frequently appear in academic and daily communication. People choose language varieties depending on context, audience, and social purpose. This phenomenon shows that language is not only a communication tools, but also a reflection of identity, social relationships, and cultural background. And I have a part two, diglossia. This slide summarizes the example of diglossia University seminar. The students change from formal to informal Indonesian depending on who they are speaking to, while the lecturer maintains formal language consistently. And then code alternation, style shifting, code mixing, and code switching. Uh, This slide shows several sociolinguistic phenomena happening together in classroom interaction. Students may mix language, switch completely between language, or adjust their speaking style depending on the listener and situation. And this slide is style shifting happens when someone changes their speaking style depending on the audience or context. For example, students may speak formally during presentation but become more casual with friends after class. And for code mixing, this example shows code mixing because Indonesian and English elements are combined in one sentence. The speaker uses English academic vocabulary naturally in everyday conversation. Next, in this slide, code switching occurs when a speaker changes completely from one language to another during communication. In this example, the student switch from Indonesian to English while explaining a concept. They switch back again. And last is dialect. The slides explains dialect difference. Students from different region in Indonesia may have different pronunciation, vocabulary, or intonation influenced by their regional dialects. So, thank you so much. That's all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.